Good morning, Monarchs. Welcome to the first video for lesson 3.4. Today we're solving inequalities and word problems. So we haven't done a whole lot of word problems yet so far this year, so this lesson may be a little new, but if we just think about these logically, we'll be able to figure them out. Okay. All of these we're going to be using an inequality sign, so greater than, less than, greater than, equal to, less than, equal to, and we just have to figure out exactly what the question is asking. Okay. So this first one, first, I'm going to highlight our title there. We're solving inequalities and word problems. I'm going to highlight word problems. Okay. For all of these, we want to first annotate the word problem. We want to highlight and underline anything we feel like is important. Okay. So it says you are traveling in a section of town where the speed limit is 35 miles per hour. Okay, anytime I see a number in a word problem, I want to underline it or highlight it because I know that's important information. All right. It says write an inequality to describe the speeds that are over the speed limit in that area. So I'm going to go ahead and highlight what it's asking us to do as well. So it says write an inequality to describe the speeds that are over the speed limit in that area. Okay. And then we're supposed to graph the inequality. The big word here is over. Okay. So it's over the speed limit. All right. So it says you are traveling in a section of town where the speed limit is 35 miles per hour. Write an inequality to describe the speeds that are over the speed limit in that area. So first we want to figure out what variable we want to use. Since we're talking about speed, I think our best option would probably be S. So I'm going to go ahead and put an S on this side. Our inequality sign is going to go here, and then our speed limit is going to go here. So I know that my speed limit is 35 miles per hour. So I'm going to go 35 miles per hour. And now I need to figure out what goes between them. What inequality sign do I need to use? Okay. So I want to take a look at what the question is asking me. It says write an inequality to describe the speeds that are over the speed limit in that area. Okay, so it's speeds over the speed limit in that area. So it's bigger than the speed limit in that area. Or we could also say it's greater than the speed limit in that area, right? So we would simply put speed greater than 35 miles per hour. Okay, and that's how we would finish that problem. That's the only inequality that we need because it's speeds that are greater than the speed limit. Speeds that are over the speed limit is speed is greater than 35 miles per hour. Okay. Then when we graph it, what we would want to do is just write a 35 anywhere on this graph. So I'm just going to write 35. Okay. And it's going to be an open dot above 35 because it doesn't have my line underneath. It's just greater than open dot and the line. Arrow is going to go to the right. Okay. So that is what my graph for that would look like. So we really just have to break down the question, figure out what it's asking us, and then make our inequality from there. Okay. So now it says you must be at least 18 years old to vote in the election. So you must be at least 18 years old to vote in the election. Okay. And I'm going to underline what it's asking us. It says write an inequality to describe the ages of people allowed to vote in the election. Okay. So we have to write an inequality to describe the ages of people allowed to vote in the election, and then we're going to graph the inequality. Okay. So first I want to write my inequality. Just like this one up here, the first thing I'm going to do is pick what variable I want to use for this word problem. Okay. So we're talking about age here. So I think that we should use an A. I'm going to use an A for a variable because we are talking about age. Okay. And to be able to vote, you have to be at least 18 years old. That means you can be 18 years old, you can be 19, you can be 20, you can be 21. So you have to be 18 or older. Right? So we know we have to be greater than 18. So I know it's going to be greater than. Your age has to be over 18, right? But we need to think that 18-year-olds can also vote, right? Because it says at least 18. 18-year-olds can also vote. So it's actually greater than or equal to my age, which is 18, because we can vote when we are 18, right? So we have to include this 18, and that's why we have to have the or equal to sign underneath it, okay? And if I was to graph this, I would go to my graph, just put 18 right here, okay? It's going to be a closed dot above 18. A closed dot above 18, okay? So because there's this equal to sign underneath, it's greater than or equal to, so I have a closed dot, and then my arrow is going to go to the right, okay? So that is the graph and the inequality that word problem asks us to set up. Stay tuned for the second video for lesson